depression. It seems impossible until it's done. Better days will come and the sun will rise. No matter how tough the night has been, nobody will have a right to kill another man. Poverty and misery will be in the past. Hospitals will have medication. Every ghetto youth will have a chance to go school. No more shedding of blood on the streets. No more human rights violations. No more hunger, no more war. Everybody will have the opportunity. One day everything is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Someday everything will be alright. I say everything is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. One day Now ladies and gentlemen, if you believe that one day everything's gonna be fine, let me see us together like woo! One day everything. Now listen to my heart. So remember your pain is not in vain. That is why I give that the opportunity. When there's no pain, there is no gain. Never give in to the negativity. One day we shall look back and smile, and we shall have a story to tell. Endurance, perseverance, the harder the squeeze, the sweeter the juice. When there's no pain, there is no gain. Victory never come easy. Remember in life there are ups and downs. Never give in to the dictatorship. No, one day everything is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Someday everything will be alright. One day everything is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Someday everything will be alright. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it. Hopefully having a wonderful night. My name is Bobi Wine. I come from Uganda, the most beautiful country in the world. They call it the Pearl of Africa. That is where the Great River Nile starts from. A country of 50 million people, the youngest country in the world. I'm so proud to belong to Uganda. Wonderful country, but miserable because it's under the subjugation of General M7's since 1986. 40 years of misery, 40 years of corruption, 40 years of gun rule, but we still dare to dream for a better day. I'm honored to be here, ladies and gentlemen. And while I'm here in a beautiful hall, while I'm here sharing smiles as we speak right now, more abductions are going on, more killings are going on. On the 15th of January, we had an election. I was running for president and I believe that I won. But since that day, I managed to escape. But again, we celebrate. While I'm here, I'm representing the people of Uganda. I'm not here as an exilee, no. I'm here as a spokesperson for a country called Uganda. A country of people that refuse to give up, that dream against dreaming, that hope against hope. While I'm here, I know that we have people that are suffering, but most importantly, allow me to use this opportunity to speak about the women of Uganda. While so many people are bearing the pain, but the women of Uganda in a very special way are standing in the gap. No class, no level is safe. From the woman that sells in the market right to the new First Lady of Uganda, my own wife, who was raided on the 23rd of January, beaten up by more than 70 soldiers that broke into my house, stripped my wife naked as they filmed. And General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who is the Chief of Defense Forces and son of General Museveni, who is the President of Uganda, tweets naked pictures of our comrades, tweets subjugated pictures of my wife with pride, celebrating that he's winning. but not just my wife, the strong women that go up to paying the ultimate price. Women like my sister, Edith Katende, the wife of the spokesperson of our party, Alex Wise Wamafumbiro, who died a few days ago when the husband was even denied chance to nurse her and even denied opportunity to lay her to rest. Women like Irene Nachibuka, who was so much of my fan that she had a tattoo of my name on her leg. That was reason enough to kill her, and she was buried. Women like Monica Chibalama, the wife of John Bosco Chibalama, my friend who was abducted and kept missing for 7 years. The wife demanded for him, refused to give up, until one day she was also found suspiciously dead in her house. Women like Fauzia Natabi, who we fondly call Mama Cheone, the wife of my personal political assistant, whose house was raided and she was picked up by the military in full view of cameras, all that is recorded. She's kept in military detention for 37 days, even against a court order. Women like Agatha Nazua, who we fondly call Blue Tick, she was abducted and she's still missing. All mothers, daughters, wives and spouses of the political prisoners. Female political prisoners like Olivia Lutaya, who has spent years in prison for simply wearing a t-shirt that has my picture on it. Women like Sauda Madada, women like Doreen Kaija and many others, we hold them in high regard. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we look at the solution and not at the problem. Now that we know the problem, now that it's clear that Uganda is under dictatorship like many other countries, and now that I have the opportunity to speak for those millions of people to the modern world, to the United States of America, who we know is the world's biggest democracy, we request you not to continue supporting dictators in Africa, not to continue choosing diplomacy over democracy, not to continue choosing business over human rights, because the dictators in Africa and particularly in Uganda rob our countries, plunder our countries, and they invest and come here and enjoy those monies. These are dictators that abuse democracies, but they enjoy and benefit out of them. We request you to use the tools that you have to sanction those gross human rights violators, the abusers of democracy and the rule of law. Don't allow them enjoy the money they steal from our countries. Our countries' hospitals are run down and the schools are run down, and they're comfortable about it because they seek medical, they seek treatment in the developed world. Their children are studying here. But if you slap sanctions on them, then they will think twice when they are carrying out mass killings. We ask you to evoke the Magnitsky laws that you have. Those are tools that are not only helpful to you, but they can be helpful to us. Finally, on behalf of the people in Uganda, I know that every time we come and make our case here in the Western world, particularly in America, they accuse us of being agents of the West, of being agents of neocolonialism. But I say to you that we are not asking you to come and help us. We are only asking you to stop sponsoring our oppression. I believe that's
All I can say is that on behalf of the Renew Democracy Initiative, we are truly honored to be able to recognize Bobi Wine here today. Thank you, Bobi.
dedicated to all the political prisoners and prisoners of conscience. Dr. Kiza Besigye, my Deputy President, Honorable Mwanga Chifumbi, the women in prison, those that are in detention, those that are missing, and those that have been killed. Your pain will never go in vain. We can only honor you by not giving up and by standing for the cause that you are paying a big price for. One day everything is going to be all right.
That was incredible.
I will never, ever, ever experience after-dinner programming in a gala again. I just want to say this, Bobby. Your story, standing up to dictatorship, living in exile, fighting against rigged elections. It reminds us that fighting for freedom and fighting for democracy, this is not an abstract concept. You've lived it, and you are living it. But your music and the way this entire room sort of stood up together and enjoyed your creation, your created music together, reminds us that it's the shared humanity that is why we fight for freedom. So thank you for sharing your music with us.
It's that joy, that defiance that reminds us why we're here, that Bobi Wine is fighting for that freedom that you all are here to support. And it's why it is important to step up and support RDI. We'll nudge you again to do what you can.
No, that's my job.
Oh, sorry.
So, voila. The beloved QR code is still available to you if you haven't had a chance, if you have not been moved yet by that dance and by Bobi Wine's inspiring story. You can still use the QR code or the quills and the paper and the silent auction and all the things we will continue to remind you of. If you haven't been moved yet, I suspect that you were probably moved by the last act. Please contribute and support our event.
And now we have our next and last honoree of the evening. Let's roll the video.
Freeland is barred from Russia because in their eyes
Atandika mu 2017 nga kirwanirira enfuga eya demokrasiya kigenderera okulaba nga kiwa abantu ab'enjawulo abalwanirizi b'eddembe nga kibaya highlightinga kibagamba nti omulimu gwe mukola gw'amaanyi tugusiima ensi ekulaba era n'awaadi iyo tukibawadde nga bwe mbagambye nti kati already tubadde ne ambassador John Bolton ono nga yamanyibwa nnyo olw'okuba nti no yali national security advisor wa Donald Trump mu 2018 paka 2019 wano mu America ekintu kye bayita national security advisor w'omu America si nga bwe ba advisor ba
si ekyamala emirundi wa Uganda omugenzi
bano ono abeera n'ekitiibwa kinene nnyo era president aba alina omuwuliriza ennyo wabula okusinziira ku ye Donald Trump bwe yatandika okuva ku mulamwa n'asala waya n'atandika obutakkiriziganya naye Donald Trump naye n'amugulako omusango
ekyo kibayita okuva ku mulamwa
ayangagamba nti Donald Trump yava ku mulamwa nga n'amugulako omusango era n'amuweereza ne ba agenti mu makaage bagende bakuguza amakaage galabe ebiki byalina ate ye tubadde ne Senator Mark Kelly ono senator wa Arizona ono ye ate era naye yali mukwano gwa Donald Trump at a certain point naye ng'ate yasambinga amagye ga America aga US Navy era yaretiringa ate y'omu kwabo abasajja ba astronaut aba NASA
mukulu Kapalaga nga tunabagenda mu maaso nnyawo ekibuuzo tuli ku RDI wano bonna boogera ku nsonga za freedom n'ekigambo democracy. Munnayuganda ayingiriramu wa era pulezidenti wa Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu lwaki omu kubayitiddwa okubeera nga bamuawadinga mu event eno?
Weebale nnyo muganda wange Ashraf ekibuuzo ekyo. Munnayuganda ekisookera ddala ateekeddwa okumanya nti ensi yonna etunuulira kati essaawa eno tuli mu kibayita global village. Kitegeeza nti ekiri e Uganda, ekiri e Ukraine, ekiri wa yonna buli omu kimukwatako. Olunaku olwaleero Amerika ne Israel ziri mu kulwana na Iran naye amafuta geekanamye e Uganda. Kitegeeza tetuli mu lutalo na Iran naye ate amafuta ewaffe tugawulira. Kitegeeza buli injustice yonna eri mu nsi emu ekwata ku buli muntu ali mu nsi endala.
Olwa global village.
Kitegeeza nti tokolaba nti abakulembeze ab'enjawulo oba abalwanirizi b'eddembe buli kaseera buli wewabeera banoonya ani alwanirira eddembe mu nsi ez'enjawulo. Bakuba ttooki mu nsi ez'enjawulo. Kati Uganda of course mwenna nga bwe mumanyi tulina omulwanirizi w'eddembe Kayingo ate nga avuddeyo okwogera kye bayita okwogera truth to the power, okwogera amazima basically n'otatirira bantu ye Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu okusinziira ku nkundi gye bamutaddeko nga bamunominatinga wano bagambye nti ono yali member wa parliament wa Uganda kakati olwaleero yakulembera ekibiina kya National Unity Platform naye ekisinga obukulu bagamba he is known internationally as Bobi Wine. He left behind a career as a music superstar. Ekyo kikulu nnyo ku bazungu kubanga bagamba nti Bobi Wine yaleka career ye nga superstar n'atandika okulwanirira abantu. So he has run for president twice and that is why bamunominatinze oba bamutaddewo okuba nti bamuwa ekirabo ekyokubeera Hero of Democracy 2026.
If we do what needs to be done. But if we're paralyzed by indecision, fear, or complacency, those who come after us might end up in a very different world. Neither of these outcomes is predetermined. The next 250 years can be brighter and more inspirational than the last. Tonight's honorees are doing what they can to make sure that 250 years from now, our descendants will think about us with the same gratitude we have for those who came before. I hope that tonight you'll join us in making this vision possible. We need you in this fight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Uriel. That was deeply heartfelt. Thank you for walking us through what RDI is doing from the front lines in Ukraine to the front lines of the information war over at the Next Move.
And our honorees, of course, are an integral part of that effort. Freedom only has a future if individuals are willing to show courage and take the risks to keep it alive.
So, we're going to begin by recognizing some of the individuals who have done exactly that. Please turn your attention to the screen.
Illegal orders. Democratic Senator Mark Kelly is hitting back after the Pentagon made the highly unusual announcement that it is launching an investigation
over a video in which he and a number of other U.S. lawmakers
with military and intelligence backgrounds are sending an urgent message to their still serving counterparts.
Your vigilance is critical.
President Trump responded by calling the post, quote, seditious behavior, punishable by by death. He took a risk for America's constitutional order.
My family knows the cost of political violence.
Received a call from my wife's chief of staff. Gabby's been shot.
He stood up because he believed in something bigger.
From the very beginning of our nation, it has depended on the willingness of patriotic Americans to fight for it. People of Arizona trusted me with a great responsibility to fill the remaining years of Senator John McCain's term. He was a hero, an example of how to serve your country honorably.
He took on the most powerful men on the planet, and he's winning.
Now both a grand jury and a federal judge have weighed in.
Astronaut, veteran, fighting for country and family.
And she reminds me every day to deny the acceptance of failure.
Please welcome our 2026 Hero of Democracy, Senator Mark Kelly.
I don't have to say that, but it's my honor to introduce the true hero of democracy, a senator from the great state of Arizona, and my friend, Mark Kelly. Thank you, Gary. Yes. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gary. Thank you, everybody. Good evening, folks. I've never been in this room before. This is something. I want to really thank the Renewed Democracy Initiative for the honor and also for the work that all of you do every day to promote freedom and fighting for all of those folks fighting for freedom around the world. It's really a privilege to be recognized along so many individuals who have stood up, often at great personal risk, to speak the truth and to demand freedom. Those of you who know me know that I never expected to be here. I'm the son of two cops. I didn't grow up very far from here in New Jersey. I went to public school. I became a Navy pilot, and then a test pilot, and then an astronaut. And in my family, my wife, Gabby Giffords, was the member of Congress. And I sometimes think to myself, if I was the person who would have been injured, would Gabby have become an astronaut? She says yes. But on January 8th, 2011, our lives changed forever. She was shot while meeting with her constituents in Tucson, Arizona, at a grocery store on a Saturday morning. And because of that, we both left the jobs we loved. But I love this country, and I felt an obligation to continue to serve, but just in a different way. I think about that sense of service a lot, especially because I now sit in the Senate seat once held by John McCain. John McCain was a hero of mine from my very first days in the United States Navy, even before that. A guy who served his country so honorably under the hardest of circumstances. And he was a hero of freedom-loving people across the globe. He stood on that stage in Independence Square in Kyiv in 2013 alongside Ukrainian opposition leaders who were pushing for democratic reforms. He understood that fundamentally human beings deserve the right to choose their own future. And his legacy will never be matched. I don't even pretend to compete, but it challenges us every day to live up to the example that John McCain set for all of us. Because America can do amazing things when we are at our best. A couple of weeks ago, we had the opportunity to watch Artemis II travel further from Earth than any human beings have ever gone before, and faster. It is an incredible achievement that only can happen here in the United States of America when all of us work together. That kind of country is worth protecting because not every country gets to do that. Around the world, we're seeing authoritarian governments operate in a very different way. They're making people distrust each other and lose faith in their own system. And we have to be honest. Those pressures aren't just happening somewhere else. They're happening here at home as well. We're seeing challenges to fundamental constitutional norms and rights like the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, and the ability to hold leaders accountable without the fear of retaliation. A few months ago, I released a video with a simple message. You saw it up there. I was actually wearing the same shirt. I do have another shirt. But it was a simple message that service members must refuse illegal orders. That's not controversial. It's actually the law. And in our country, everyone must follow the law. Well, Donald Trump didn't like it. Called for me to be hanged, executed, prosecuted. The guy couldn't even get the order right. By the way, I'm pretty sure that was the first time that a president of the United States in 250 years called for a member of Congress to be executed. I mean, if it wasn't serious, it would be kind of funny. But that should send a chill down the spine of every freedom-loving American and every
He is a tough-minded diplomat. He has a strong record of success.
John Bolton will be an important member of my State Department team. A standard bearer of American global leadership.
It will be a distinct privilege to be an advocate for America's values and interests. It will take a massive revolution of values and institutions at the State Department to make it into what it should be, advocates for America.
A man of unwavering ideals.
One thing I can assure you, we will not allow a double standard.
Placing principle over party.
This isn't the first time he's sought retribution against John Bolton.
I've been a conservative all my life. I worked in the Reagan administration. I worked in both Bush administrations. Speaking as a Republican myself here, the way to contain the damage is for Republican leaders to speak out. What the people really want and nominate is somebody who will say, this conduct is unacceptable to us.
Please welcome our 2026 Hero of Democracy, Ambassador John Bolton.
Ambassador John Bolton y'omukwabo era abaliho ku mukolo guno
Chavez is going to present the award. Linda?
Thank you so much. I'm Linda Chavez. I am the Vice Chair of the Renewed Democracy Initiative, and it is such a privilege to present this award to someone with whom I served in the Reagan administration. A man, whether you agree or disagree with him, you always know he stands on principles and he's not afraid to stand up to bullies.
Thank you, Linda, and thanks to all of you. There are a lot of people in this room who deserve this award. I'm very conscious of that, and it's an enormous honor to be here tonight. I'm certainly grateful to Gary, to Uriel Epstein, and really the whole Renewed Democracy Initiative team for building a community that refuses to bend to mobs or demagogues. The dissidents at the heart of RDI's Front Lines of Freedom program issue a clear warning and a challenge. Stand up to tyranny and reclaim America's role as a force for good. They remind us that the freedoms we take for granted are for millions worth risking everything to secure, here and overseas. And I have to say, I have always believed it's morning in America. What drives me is that principles must underlie our international policies, and that both principles and policies come before political party. I believe in core values of freedom of speech, American global leadership, and protecting our interests and values along with our allies around the world. I've been criticized a little bit from both directions, left and right, for my belief in American global leadership. I've tried hard to work with plenty of folks who disagree with me. The ability to disagree productively is critical to a well-functioning democracy, and something that we need to fight for to bring back here. The important thing is for us to be united around the core principles undermining the American Republic. This is why I think RDI and all its efforts are so important, and is, I think, expressed by the enthusiasm and level of support here tonight. And why it's important, for people like you in this room to continue supporting these efforts. In addition to protecting the institutions of our republic, RDI does the work I believe our State Department ought to be doing, standing up for freedom, defying dictators, and advocating American values. That's why I'm so happy to be here today, the diverse community of people who passionately believe in these values. And I just can't say enough, say it one more time. Thank you so much.
Ambassador John Bolton, Senator Mark Kelly, two very different paths in public service, two very different sets of political beliefs, but their common courage reminds us that there is always more that unites us than divides us in America.
Both of you have modeled the courage and principle that we all aspire to here, and that undergirds democracy and strengthens it for the next generation. If you believe that it's worth supporting, please look at the QR code up here and please support democracy through the silent auction, through a donation to RDI, or by frankly getting more involved. This is time, talent, and treasure, folks. A representative in a vigorous democracy requires all of us to be involved. We should give money and get involved, right? So please consider giving, and please consider getting involved with RDI. And now please enjoy your dinner. We will be back in a moment.
Oops, sorry.
All right, thank you everyone for watching. Please keep sharing. So far we've had two of the heroes they've shared. We've had the Senate, and then we've had Ambassador Bolton. So as you can see, if you see on the wall there, as you can see, the Honorable Robert Chagulanyi center move.
Where are they heading to?
Is definitely going to be honored tonight as a hero of democracy. The organization is called Renew Democracy Initiative, and so the organization, the Renew Democracy Initiative, is a non-partisan, non-profit organization which is dedicated to defending liberal democracy and confronting the rise of authoritarianism globally, and of course the United States inclusive. And that's why we've had people like the few people that have been honored already. Those are actually fighting authoritarianism in America. So that's why it's really very important. So it was founded in 2017 by former world chess champion and Russian dissident Garry Kasparov, and it focuses on education, the public, providing direct aid to frontline democracies and amplifying the voices of dissidents. So
who is this person?
You?
Yes, I am the person.
Ngabi,
I'm from the Ngabi clan.
And I'm Sanyu Nansamba.
You're Nansamba. Oh my God. Now we're gonna be so high together.
And when I saw the sculpture this morning, I started crying.
Oh my God.
I wrote, I said, I feel so seen. And I said to Grace this morning, I said, you know, African sculptures, some of them, Wangechi-Muji, for instance,
yes,
it's always ugly. The shit's always ugly. We always come out looking, and it doesn't matter if we like her or not. Well, I'm just saying, I looked at your stuff.
Thank you.
And it was, it's beautiful. All of them.
Thank you. I'm very honored even because Ugandans, don't want to know. And I'm so proud at least.
I was like, I know we talk about clans and why, what is it, why are we talking about that? I'm like,
I'm from Bengali clan. Come to my studio. Let's go have dinner. What table are you on?
7?
I'm on 7.
Oh.
We all ended up on 7.
Yeah. Over there.
Okay. Let's go in there. Oh, okay.
It's towards that.
Oh my God. Hope we're not seated with him.
Yes.
Are we seated with him?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But let's go. But Tuzi's a president. Wow. See you at dinner, guys.
Yeah.
All right. 7 out of 32.
Hello, Booty. What's your name?
She's Remy Bahati, an amazing journalist from Columbia University.
Are you Uganda? Yes.
Are you?
Which department? I'm at narrative medicine at the.
You will share with me some of the footage.
Ngaba tukozaka batuzuzane president. Tugende tuli ekyeggulo kirabika kwentudde oli ku table 10 baŋambye ndi ku 7 ndine billboard bwe gutina omukolo bwe gugenda munnange kibusi ngenda kujjawo wano mukwano I'm just gonna mute you genda bambi wano mugjewo omutima omubi ngenda bablockinga nga jjo don't do it guys munange bwenyingidde wano omunauganda munange nampisinga off aŋambye ng'oyambadde kanzu lwaki toyambadde gomesi banange mugaye tomumanyiira mukwano tomanyi bwe natuuse wano dda nti bambadde jini ne canvas banange abanauganda olema guno omukolo bambala jini ne canvas tebaliiwo Okay, see you later.
I need to find my
Okay, we down that way. Omukolo bwe guti bwetulina okwambala abaana tebabitegedde badde basana ebipande bya people power wa power abanauganda olemu mazzi ofudde ndi ku mazzi siyinza kutabuka kati njatabuka dda. Okay, let's see what this occasion is about tonight.
Why America? It's a 250-year story. In a world of kings and coups, America pioneered a peaceful transfer of power. George Washington gives up the command of the army.
John Adams loses the election to Thomas Jefferson.
And concedes the elections. Unheard of.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion
Or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press.
This country has dark chapters in its history.
Tear down this wall.
I'm good. I'm Layla Barbarian.
Catherine
Federo. Layla Barbarian.
Nice to meet me in the game chess.
I know. These ones I know.
You cannot take freedom for granted.
How do you know your
I used to kind of work with him from back home, Uganda. He used to work in the office in the LGBT community.
Standing up for liberty, not just at home, but around the world. Slava. We must be the great apostles of democracy.
Free societies need the survival instinct.
It's time for America's complete.
I know Dr. Palmer. I've known Dr. Palmer since 2019.
That is what the New Democracy Initiative is about.
Front Lines of Freedom Conference, which is the biggest gathering of the top political dissidents.
That was the first 250 years.
That is how we now know a lot of people from Uganda.
And it's up to you to lay down the foundation for the next 250 years.
States, because I normally go different states whenever he's in town. So it's from DC. I know him from Straight Home.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for the evening, Margaret Hoover and John Avlon.
It is an honor to be with you all to celebrate freedom and democracy.
My name is Margaret Hoover.
And I'm John Avlon. We're married, so we'll step on each other.
This is better, less better. Are you my better half? I'm not.
Democracy Initiative's Heroes of Democracy Gala.
Every year, RDI chooses to use this opportunity to honor heroes. How's that? Heroes who are individuals that have risked their lives, their livelihoods, their reputations, and their resources to further and defend democracy. I don't need to tell the people in this room that the system of self-governance is not self-sustaining. It is not inevitable, nor is it permanent.
And this, of course, is especially true in the United States of America as we approach and celebrate our 250th birthday. We got here not because it was inevitable, but because every generation knew that they had to defend freedom and democracy, that it was something we needed to earn through courage. And the legacy of the peoples we honor tonight embody that courage. But the role you all play, the role we all play, is not just in marking the last 250 years of our republic, but to mark the path forward, to think about the next 250 years, to instill that sense of courage and commitment to the ideals of freedom and democracy. And that is what we're doing here tonight.
And there are several ways you can think about the next 250 years of democracy, but perhaps you will notice the QR code. Voila! It's not just here, but it's all around the room. And it will allow you to bid on democracy. Just kidding, you bid on the silent auction, which supports democracy. In addition, you can use the QR code to make a donation. You can also text to give. And for the old-fashioned people who are here, there are old-fashioned pieces of paper and old-fashioned pens on every table. Do you see they even have feathers on them?
Is it on paper?
It's a quill. And that is, of course, how you can best support RDI as it moves forward.
Exactly, fancy pens.
So, if something resonates tonight, please act on that. Understand that we are all here to honor not just our honorees, but to defend the dissidents who put their lives on the line on freedom, which is one of the great things that RDI does. To talk about this.
That is his daughter. That is how he sees people all over the world.
We're praying for you.
Abanauganda bali homophobic n'ensolo senjagala okumanya. Omukolo bwe gutinna bwe guli. Nenno bamutadde ku table 7.
This evening's program is about to begin. Please take your seats.
I'm on table 7. Natudde ne ba doctor mukama waffe wuuyo tudde wali eri paka bwana atuulira. Bannayuganda bali homophobic naye ndi mukowo. Bali homophobic. Nze ndi mukowo mummanyi. Ndine Samale. Many years. Olebe mukama waffe bw'ali tugasse mu nsi yo. Haven't seen Samali in like 9-10 years. Yes. Mumumanyi oyo. Bwe biba bitandika bana Ashraf mumanyi. Ashraf mujjukira. Oyo Ashraf. Sorry. Yours. Oh, sure. Oh, I want to stand with you because you're really dressed up.
Nga bulijjo adi makolo kavuma nga sinagenda mu maaso na bigambo byange nsaba muwulirize akatambi kamu.
Amanya nze Mugisha Jackson, Vice Chairman NRM Kira Division, Publicist wa Kira Parish, nga ndi musajja wa NRM. N'olwaleero nkoze video eno nga ndi mbulumi bwa amaanyi. Nkoze video eno nga mpulira enyiike ya amaanyi olwa abantu n'abakozeseza President Museveni abamuwa ebintu ebitategeerekeka ne bamenya buli kintu kyaffe kyonna ntutasigaza yadde n'akamu. Kubanga ffe tubadde tetusabiriza gavumenti lwa nsonga nti gavumenti ya Museveni ebadde yatuwa emirimu buli omu akola okwekolerera. Nze mbadde ne botiki bwange, mbadde n'emidaala gyange gy'ekyapati, botiki kiyosiki bwonna obutali kukuba ate obuzimba obulungi buli kimu bakimenye. Kakati nkakasa gavumenti ya President Museveni tumutegeko okulonda kwerosi wano. Teri muntu wenaalimu agenda okudda mu kuyitamu wano mu ggwanga wano. Ku mpisa gye mwatuyisizaamu n'obulimu bwe tulina n'ennaku gye tulya n'enyiike mutuyisiza bubi. President Museveni abakuwabula ne ba ministers abawala President Museveni ba MP mu mwafunye miliyoni 10 ekyankwanzi ffe tuli wano twebyankuta tulina amabanja ge twakozesa bizinensi ezo tulina abaana baffe badde tunaba okumala school fees ne mutadde bulumi obutagambika mutuswaziza n'ebintu ebiri munda
Yes, ndowooza ebigambo ebikulu mbiwulidde ebiri mu katambi ako. Oyo nno bwe muwulira awoloma muwagizi w'NRM era ssentebe waayo mu Kira municipality. Mu lyato eribbira tebaawona. Era bw'olaba omuntu awagira eryato okubbira nga mwali omanya nti omutwe guliko ekituli oba muwumba tuutu. Kati simanyi muganda waffe ono owe NRM oba agwa mu kitiiki mwe mumulonderewo waagwa naye yeeronderewo. Nalabye omwami ono ng'alaajana nti bamumenyedde bizinensi ze. Abadde aziweera layisinsi zibadde we ziri nga ziri mu mateeka we ziri mu butuufu naye olw'okuba ekiri atabaala kyekiri anaasigadde ewaka. Kino operation egenda mu maaso ey'okusengula abanaku buli we bakolera baveewo nga bannaffe ab'NRM bwe baayogedde mu kaseera katono nnyo nga twakava mu kulonda okwalimu byonna ebyalimu nga bwe mwabiraba. Abantu okukuba emiggo, abantu okusibibwa, abantu okubbibwako obululu bwabwe, abantu okwerangirira abataawangula. Wakati mu kubanga abantu emitima mimenyefu nga balina ennyiike ku mitima gyabwe, waalirowoozezza nti ekiseera kyali badde kyakuzza mitima gy'abantu abo abaakosebwa mu kalulu bannaffe ke beerangirira nga tebalondeddwa bantu wabula nga beerangiridde. Nja kuwa ekizampa esookera ddala. Omwami oyo waayogerera mu Kira municipality. Omwami eyawangula akalulu ka Kira municipality ye Norman muna NUP. Naye baalangirira omuntu eyakwata ekifo ekyokutaano nga yalina waka owe NRM ne bamukubira essimu ne bajja bamugamba jangu tukulangirire. Tolbert Musinguzi bye yakola mwennewo akisombimanyi. Naye nga bwe mbagambye nti mu lyato nga libbira mubeeramu abantu abawumba tuuto. Kati bw'owulira omwami ono mu vidiyo eno gy'ayogereramu nga ssaawa eno ali mu kulaajanira ffe, kati ffe tumukolere ki? Nze ebimu ku bizibu ebikolebwa gavumenti eno okutulugunya abantu, okusiba abantu, okutta abantu, okugoba, okusaanyaawo bizinensi z'abanaku nga mukadde waffe Dombo bwe yakiyise nti bo tebeetaaga kweriraanya. Awulira nga teyeesobola genda mu kyalo. Kati ate ne mu kyalo gye babadde baddukidde Mbaale, Masaka, Arua bali mu kumenya bizinensi. Ne weebuuza ekigendererwa ky'abantu bano ddala kiri ki? Kubanga nkugambye wakati mu kubanga bannansi si bamativu n'ebyava mu kalulu nga neyeerangirira ow'okuntikko tannaba kukwasibwa ddamula si ddamula, tannaba kukwasibwa buyinza atandika okulamula eggwanga. Baakaleeta ebintu bisatu eby'amaanyi nga birigiriza mu nnansi. Ekimu ku byo kye kino okusaanyawo bizinensi z'abakyala abanaku. Nalabye omwami gwe bayita Gobi Ramadhan, nja kumuddiŋŋana. Omwami oyo yayogezza olulimi olukangakanga, olukudaala, olujerega. Naye nazeeyo ku background ye n'entunula. Ne ŋŋamba nti ensi eno lwaki omuntu tajjukira gye yava. Gobi taata we musomesa, mama we musomesa, basomesa mu kyalo. Ye yennyini yasomera Ngando. Essomero gye lyakwata mu mbinabina gye yava. Naye nga yasoma n'abaana abanaku okumanya Gobi mubi nnyo. Yatuuka n'obbateekamu embeera nti ba Obi bange ne ba Ogi bange mukole sako oba mukole ekibiina nja kujjamba yambira omwo. Na buli kati bwe bakuba amasimu getakwata. Wabula omwami omwoyo eyakuzibwa mu mbeera eyo namulabye ng'akudaalira abantu nti without fear of favor tugenda kusaanyawo business ate twagala omusolo kati ne weebuuza ono okusoma kwa mugasaaki business z'abantu zasaanyaawo ze zivaamu omusolo abantu bano nga lino erisajja lino erya NRM lye mulaba eriri mu Kaaba be babadde bawa license ku bukiyosiki obwo babadde bajajjako ssente za license ekira babadde babajjako ssente za license Makindye Ssaabagabo Kawempe wawa kati mwami Gobi olw'okuba atuuse alaba ali mu madaraka nga beegasse ne bannaabwe abafaanana nga baddombo bali mu kujerega abantu mbu banaku tebasaanira mu biseera by'obululu nga mwabalaba nalabanga mukulu Moses Byaruhanga yeewujja ku leedi eno ng'eri awuza parish development model PDM abantu be mwawa parish development model saawa eno be muli mu kusaanyaawo bizinensi zaabwe kati ate mugamba balina okubawa ssente ze mwabawa jjukira balina bwe baali bafuna PDM bye baalaga nti bino bye tukola era bino bye mujja okukwata bwe tunaaba tetuzizza ssente kati muli mu bisaanyaawo so njagala okutegeeza abantu nti fe abamu ebikolebwa kati tetubyewuunya kuba twabisuubira era tubimanyi nti bibadde byakubaawo kuba gavumenti gye mwesibako ebakozesanga kapiira bwe mala okukakozesanga ekasuula eri kati fe abamu eyo ery'ettulu batwaligaana good enough ono yavuddeyo najja ku mitimbagano ne yeerwanako era kyemmanyi nti mwami Balamu Barugahare agenda muyita amuwe $5,000,000 era mulinde few moments later ez'omwami ono owa vidiyo eno gye tutaddeyo naye ekibuuzo ekinene kiri nti abatasobola kujja mu kamera ab'omu byalo be mwasaanyirizaawo bizinensi balagewa ekyokubiri ekintu kino twafunye amawulire nti mwakikoppa Rwanda Kagame bwe yali agenda okukola ekintu kino kyamutwalira emyaka ng'ateekateeka abantu atya yagamba tugenda kujja garaji zonna eziri mu capital city tuzifulumye zidde ebbali nga baddira garaji ezibadde ebweyogerere okuva Nakawa okudda ebweyogerere nga bazifunira ekifo ekigazi ku luguudo olwo nga babazimbira awo structures ennungi ennyo nga babajja wano gavumenti ebajja wano ebateeka wali ababadde ku luguudo lw'e Masaka nga nabo babafunira ababadde ku lw'e Bombo Road nga nabo babafunira kuba buvunaanyizibwa bwa gavumenti okuteekerateekera bannansi naye mu okutandika okukudaala olw'okuba mwaweereddwa $1,000,000 okuva ekyankwanzi ekyenguzi okubagulirira muve mu bantu era teri mubaka wa paalamenti ow'NRM asobola kuvaayo ssaawa eno n'ayogera ku kikolwa kino kubanga baamaze dde okugulirirwa balina ekikulumbadde mu nsawo so baganda baffe abeesiba ku NRM eno gavumenti tebaliiko eno gavumenti erina bannyiniyo bali bana era kino kye mwabadde mulaba ekyankwanzi kwabadde kumanyagana lukiiko lw'abaakika kumanyagana naye ng'abafuga gavumenti bali bana omutaata omwana omukyala ne muganda waabwe atudde eggulu be bafuga ki gavumenti kati gwe omulala yenna olya magumba bakkasukira ku magumba ge bafissizza munda mu lujjuliro olunene kati bino bikyeyamaanyi ebyeyita bikyeyamaanyi bino bulijjo bye tugamba ate n'omwana wattu okyasangayo n'ekirala nga kyambadde t-shirt y'omufuzi wa kuno n'ogamba bino oba emitwe byetisse ngalabi amusole tuse naye olumu obusungu bukkwata n'olwekyo ansa gye mbawa eryemu ffenna bwe tunaasituka ne tugamba mu ggwanga lyonna nti ekimenya bizinensi z'abanaku kikome kigenda kukoma kuba abavuga tractor ezimenya tubamanyi baana baffe baganda baffe bakitaffe abali mu bakuuma abasirikale balina bannyinaabwe abali mu bizinensi ezo balina bakitaabwe nga bali mu bizinensi ezo abo bwe mulaba abakutte emmundu abakuuma abamenya buli muntu addeyo mu famire yagamba akwatibwako nti saagala kuddamu kulaba mu kikolwa ekyo naffe ffennyini tugaane era tulina ekitundu ekimu kye twalabye aba resistinze embaale era twagenza okulaba nga tractor ezinga omutwe eguzzaayo naye abantu ne babajooga kuno okujooga bano abasajja bali mu bajooga N'ojoga abantu bonna n'obafuula abatategeera. N'omala n'okwata million 10, 100 million. 45 billion zaagudde wano ekyankwanzi. Nga bagabanga be. Zirimu amasomero 8 nga wagazimbye. Amalungi. Zirimu health center ezibuna busoga yonna. 45 billion. Naye yazikutte n'azigaba, n'amalo zigaba, kati ali ku business zammwe azisaanyaawo. Ate bw'owulira bwe bakudaala mbufe gavumenti eyaffe si y'abanaku ffe tebitukwatako oba bamenye. Imagine bannayuganda emisaayi gy'abajjajjaffe abazira gyaddawa. Tulizuukuka ddi. Tulinze batusekule mu binu. Mulimba. Assalamu alaikum.
Mukwano gwange omulungi. Muganda wange. Kyali wange. Munnange. Omukulembeze wange. Why do you keep on comforting me with a lot of lies? Why do you keep on comforting me with a lot of lies? Why don't you tell me the truth? Lwaki ongumiza mu bulimba kitombuulira amazima? Hurt me with the truth than comforting me with a lie. Ombuulidde ebirungi bingi ebitaliiyo nompa essuubi eddene mu luvannyuma ng'etinze disappointed. Ongambye ebintu bingi nompa essuubi ne mu luvannyuma mutima gwange gumenyese. Tongamba bya bulimba okungumya n'okunyweza. Ngamba amazima agakaawa. Mu luvannyuma nja kitegeera nti kale kituufu wambuulira amazima. Don't comfort me with a lie. Hurt me with the truth. So long as it is the truth. Hurt me with the truth than comforting me with a lie. Ompadde essuubi n'ongumya n'enywera. Mu luvannyuma maliriza ng'omutima gumenyese. Ombiwulidde onsuubiza. Nsuubiza ebintu bingi. Nentambulira mu kkubo eryo lye wandaga nendikwata. Naye ngenza okutuuka ng'ekyamazima waŋŋamba lya museetwe. Naye ate nsanze lirimu ebinnya bingi. Lirimu ebisirikko bingi. Lwaki tewabimbuulirirawo? Nti mulimu ebisirikko, mulimu ebinnya, mulimu amaggwa n'engulaga mbutusi. Oba waakiri ebinnya nanditambudde n'ettaka eriribikka nesobola okuyitawo. Naye ntambuliza mbulamu nga ndowooza museetwe. Kumbe waggulu oba mu maaso ngenda kusinkana ensozi n'ebikko. Mukulembeze ggwe. Lwaki otulimbye? Lwaki otulimbye? Ekyalo kyaffe wakiraga nti tugenda kutambula olugendo olujjudde essuubi eddene. Bajjajjange be saalabako n'abo batonotono be nalabako, bazadde bange ne baganda bange ne bakukiririzaamu ne bakuwa obwa chairman. N'otusuubiza nti ekyalo kigenda kufuuka ekibuga. Ne bakwesiga. Emyaka ne gyekulungulula nga bakwesize. Bo ne basalawo ne bakwata enkumbi ne bakekkeza ennyago ne bakwata kidima ne balima nga balina essuubi mu lugendo olwo. N'obagamba nti gye tulaga byonna bitangaavu. Naye kumbe wali wabasookayo dda ng'amakubo gonna ge bandigenza okuyitamu wagasimbamu amaggwa. Lwaki wakikola? Gye wabalimba nti wali zaabu, waliyo ebinnonogo n'ebitafutafu ebirungi, basangayo binyanya bye wasimamu zaabu bye walekayo. Kyalo kikonzibye, kyalo kiziŋŋamye. Be walimba bazadde abaana n'okuzzukuza bazzukuza. Ekyalo tekigenda mu maaso. Nimiro zaabwe baaziwaayo, ente zaabwe baaziwaayo, n'abamu obulamu bwabwe baabuwaayo basobole okuwa ssentebe kubanga wabawa essuubi ery'obulimba. You gave them fake promises. You comforted them with a lot of lies. Why didn't you hurt them with the truth? Ne babeera nga bakumanyi nti wali tojja kuba ssentebe mulungi. Singa wabagamba nti eri waliyo zaabu, munyambeko buyambi ŋŋende mwesimire, naye siina kye mbeetaaza. Bandige kale waakiri oba n'obatuntuza nga bakimanyi obatuntuza lwa zaabu oyo, ne bamanya nti kale otunyigiriza okutwala zaabu, n'obasinza businza maanyi. nego wabalaga nti ekirombe kya zaabu kikyo nze mumperekereko tugenda kukifuna mu ffenna ekyalo kigenda kukulaakulana kigenda kugaggawala bambi baatambula ne baguma abamu n'obulamu baabuwaayo naye ekyamazima bakungudde byanswa tebaganyuddwa tebasasuddwa baateganira ki baabonaabonera ki gwe mukwano gwaffe mukwano gw'abajjajjaffe mukwano gw'abo abasookawo ow'ebiseera ebyo walagawa ng'abazzukulu b'abajjajja abo boogobaganya ku kyalo obatereddeko n'amateeka tebakkirizibwa kusaka mmere ku kyalo ekiriraanyeewo eyingire balina kugiripootinga wo oli bw'aleeta enkota y'ettooke ng'agijje ku kyalo ekiriraanyeewo naye omutuuseeko nti enkota y'ettooke eyo agireete alina kuyita mu mikono gyo ate otegere emikono emituufu mwagireetedde olw'okuba ekyalo kirumwiddwa enjala kikooye enjala ekirumye abaana n'abazzukulu bakaabye bagezezzaako okusaka basase ku kutiya za muwogo ku byalo ebiriraanyeewo n'eminwe gyagonja kubanga balaba ewalala emmere ebala balina n'emikwano gyabwe abaavaawo ne bagenda eyo ewala ku byalo ebiriraanyeewo n'ebyalo ebiri ewalala basobole okusaka ku mmere naye obalyazaamaanyizza obagambye emmere eyo gye bajja ewala basooke bayite mu mikono gyo naye era oyagala ogimogoleko banaye baddewa tebakyalina kyakkola obatiisizza amajambiya n'enkumbi obigaludde ogaludde empiima emisongola nkuyege gitufumise tubonyeebonye ekimala ekyalo kyaffe kisaanyeewo ezaali ensuku zonna kati matongo ezaali embike zonna kati matongo abaana abakulaakulamu ku kyalo be bagenda ku byalo ebiri okumpi okugenda okusaka nene emmere gye baagala otuweerezaako eyo gye basase erina kuyita mu mikono gyo era nayo oyagala ogimogoleko nga n'ey'ekyalo wagirya n'ogimalawo n'abazzukulu ettaka eryali egimu kwe baali basuubira okulima emmere lyonna lyasaanawo kubanga obugimusa byonna byonna ebyalirimu n'ebirungo wabikwata n'obitunda ogaggawadde embuto obunduguzza n'emikwano gyo abakuli okumpi ssebo ssentebe w'ekyalo tukwegayiridde tusaasire tuyina obulumi ssentebe waffe ekyalo kyaffe kino kyali kyeyagaza nga n'abatuliraanye n'abaali ebunaayira n'abaali ewala bonna bonna nga kye bajjako nga bagamba kye kino ekyalo ekiriko ensuku ezigudde akaleka kyekyalo ekiriko abantu ab'ensa kyekyalo ekiriko ebyobugagga ebikulukuta n'omubisi ogukulukuta mu nsonda naye ekyalo kyaffe kati kyekisekererwa ekyalo kyaffe kyekisaka ekyalo kyaffe kyafuuka ekintu ekitategeerekeka olw'okutulimba n'otuwa essuubi ery'obulimba you comforted us with lies instead of hurting us with the truth you would have done so by the time you became the chairperson of our village bambi ekyalo kyaffe kale bannakyalo batuuze bannange ku kyalo kyaffe twerwaneko tugambe ssentebe waffe ono ow'ekyalo sebo tulekere ennimiro zaffe tusobola ozizza obujja tuviire mu mirembe tetulina kye tukwetaaza tetulina kye tugenda kukola naye ekyalo kyaffe tukitaase ku lw'abaana n'abazzukulu kubanga tetulina kyakubagamba bwe balitubuuza kye twakola nga ssentebe ekyalo akimalawo kubanga ekyalo yakitunda kale waakiri tunaanunulako abazzukulu bye banaasanga ssentebe tukwegayiridde tusaasire kale ne tuba tubadde emmere gye tusaka ebweru tusaasire emmere yaffe eyejje n'empooza gy'obadde otuggyako kweno emmere gye twerimidde wano nayo gikendeeze kendeeza ku mululu abo boogulirira b'owa obusammambiro okutulemesa be bakuwabula obubi naye nga ssentebe jjukira bye watusuubiza you would rather told us and hurt us with the truth than comforting us with lies. So, hurt me with the truth than comforting me with lies.